Aubrey, I got overwhelmed with high school and having a baby, so I dropped out.
Can you go to sleep, please?
I really wanted to get my GED so I could go to beauty school, but the drama with Aubrey's dad, my on-again, off-again boyfriend Adam, was really distracting. Even though I wanted to make it work for Aubrey, Adam and I finally broke up. Now that Adam's out of the picture, I'm trying to move on to GED.
Well, that was another look at life with teen pregnancy from MTV's reality show Teen Mom. We're taking your calls this morning. We have certified sex therapist Emily Diala and clinical director from Living Well Professional Counseling Services, Shanna Lewis. If you have a relationship issue, our number 713-284-1055. You know, with that scene we just saw, that young lady's lucky that she's able to live with her parents. A lot of girls, it's out the house, you're on your own.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning, Stephanie. Stephanie, are you with us? Stephanie, what's your question for our therapist?
I was wondering, my daughter will be 17 next month, and I was wondering if so, I should put her on the pill or not. She has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a tricky one. Really, it's not just about making an executive decision to put your daughter on the pill. It's a conversation that you're going to have, and you want to talk to her about whether or not she's making the choice to have sex, and if so, what kinds of contraception is she using, and then talk to her about whether or not to, you know, go on birth control
I think
pill.
you can also bring in the OBGYN to kind of sit down and say, here's what the pill does with your body.
Exactly.
If you want to do, there's other things that are available.
Right. There are a lot of methods.
Yeah, but again, kudos for you for actually, you know, coming to her and
Being
say, hey,
supportive.
let's talk about this. You know, the other thing too that we haven't talked about is sex can kill you, or you'll be living with something you might not want to live with for the rest of your life.
It's true. A lot of teens don't realize, and adults even for that matter, that a lot of these sexually transmitted diseases can be transmitted not just through, you know, vaginal penetration, but also through oral sex or other kinds of sex practices, and that condoms do not protect 100%. A lot of stuff can get through, so it's important for people to know that, and they don't have that information.
Yeah. All right. Joyce. Good morning, Joyce.
Good morning.
What's your question or comment?
I am a coach, and I do usually career and business. I have a young lady that I'm helping by request of her mother. She's a tween at 10, and her issues happen to be body images. And that's a real issue today for these young people. What do your therapists have to say to help this young lady move forward, because she's got so many skills, but being concerned about her body and what she looks like.
You're so right about that. And that goes back to that self-esteem thing that we talked about.
It does. I think a lot of times young girls do get an image of their body that is not accurate based on a lot of the things we see in the media that are, you know, beautified as being this is what it's supposed to be like. But and figuring out how she can value herself and learn what her own strengths are. Having that conversation for parents to be able to encourage her and instill her, these are the things that you are good at. And it doesn't make you less than if you don't look like she looks or you don't do what she does, but you're unique for who you are. And parents have a really big part in helping young girls to feel better.
Find that child's gift and help them to succeed at that gift. Whatever it is. Yeah, because that's what fills that self-esteem.
Absolutely.
But oftentimes we do know a young girl ends up in the bed of somebody to say, is this love?
Right.
Is this love? And that goes back to parents, especially for girls, the father, and for boys, the mother.
Right. Think about what you're modeling for them.
Absolutely.
Have conversations about what the family values around sexuality are and relationships and love.
If you think you feel bad about yourself right now, wait till that guy doesn't call back.
Right.
You know? Okay. Norma. Good morning, Norma. Norma?
Good morning.
Hi there.
Hi there.
What's your question or comment for our therapist?
My question is, what age do you explain to a child about sex?
From diapers to dating. That's the name. That's the name of a really great book, actually, because it's true. We are born sexual creatures, and so even at that young age, giving them the appropriate names for their body parts. You know, we call an elbow an elbow. We should call everything else what it's called. You know, that reduces the shame.
Winky is not working.
No, but that reduces a lot of the shame that people start to feel, and so you need to just have those kind of early conversations as they're developing, because as I said before, it shouldn't be a one-time thing because they're changing every day.
Right. And you are right about that. When the shame is removed, your child's more likely to talk to you about it.
If they feel ashamed about their body, then they're going to do things in secret.
Yeah.
And if they're not shamed, then they're more open about having that conversation with you.
However, I remember my son was 3, and we were in the grocery store, and I was busy shopping and stuff, and I turned around, and he's standing there naked from the waist down. I'm like, what are you doing? He said, something, my shorts have something on the seam that's bothering me. So I just took them off. And I'm like, oh no. And of course, to him, he's thinking, why is this wrong?
Right. There is no
There are
shame.
guidelines, but no shame.
No
So,
shame.
all right,
Exactly.
Jen, who's our next caller?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, all right, we have an email question here. All right, so this email question is from Gina, and Gina says, I'm a single mom with 2 kids, new to online dating. When is it safe to have a date come to my home?
Wow, that's a big question.
Yeah.
And I think it's a common question because we have lots of single mothers that are trying to reconnect in the dating world. One of the things I think about is when you introduce someone else to your children, you want to be sure that this is the person that's going to be in your life, because otherwise every time you go on a date, they go on a date, and they didn't ask for that. And so if this is going to be someone that's going to be a part of their life on an ongoing basis because they're with you, then maybe it's time to have that conversation about are we ready for the kids to be entered into this?
Yeah, because they probably have gone through some instability to begin with. You want to make it as stable as
you wanna be
possible.
very careful.
All right, this next one's from Audrey. I have 2 teenage boys who love to go with friends to South Padre Island for spring break. This year, some girls will be staying in the same group room.
Oh.
How should a mom handle this? You know what? I think you might need to go to Padre Island too. All right, so we get this thing where we want to trust our kids. We have to establish that trust. We want to let go, but at the same time,
But dialogue is the key. If we're
Right.
talking about it, then we can build that trust and keep it. But we have to be having a conversation.
Yeah.
And you can't be naive. I mean, you put teenage boys and girls alone in a hotel room
luck.
together. You're kind of asking for something. I hope that there are parents going, or at least there's a parent also staying in the room, but it kind of sounds like a recipe for
I'm just
disaster.
going to say this. I'm going to admit this right now. My poor son. Because I'm going to be like, hello, everybody, we're in South Padre. I've got some games and some snacks. All right, ladies, thank you very much for kind of at least opening the door. If you'd like to know more about our therapists from today's show, just log on to our website at greatdayhouston.com. There are programs out there that can help you have this conversation and just negotiate through relationships, adults, kids, whatever in general. And don't forget to log on to Facebook and let us know what you think would be more effective in stemming the teenage pregnancy rate. Is this about moral? Is it about lack of education or lack of self-esteem? Also about who told you about sex? Was it, okay, your dad's an OBGYN. Did he tell you?
We had the talk early.
Yeah, you had to talk early?
My mom.
Your mom. Okay, good for you. Okay, well, we'll share some of your comments a little bit later on in the show. All right, warmer weather is hopefully right around the corner. And we kind of warmed up a little bit yesterday, warming up today. Right now, our correspondent Courtney Perna is at a place that'll have you thinking spring in no time. Hi there, Courtney.
It's the longest running azalea trail in the nation, and it's right here in our backyard. Coming up, I'll tell you where to go to enjoy this beautiful flora, and I've got tips in case you want to start your own azalea trail at your house.
All right, thank you, Courtney. And coming up, a country singer in Katy has big dreams, and not one by one, he's making them come true with his music next.